All right, we're here trading. Hopefully, my microphone level is okay. It's my first time going live. We're going to be looking at the Emini S&P 500 and seeing what it does. Today is a day of not a lot of conviction just yet. It's a Friday and about 9:45 in the morning. Just got the 1 minute pulled up here on the micro, and then the 15-minute beside it. Green line here is the dotted line. It's the overnight high. Red dotted line, overnight low. And my orange area here is just the opening range, the first opening minute of trade. So really, like I said, not much going on this morning. I'm going to sit on my hands and wait. Could be one of those days where I don't enter a single trade, or it could get real busy. You just never know. So a lot of it is just waiting, being patient, and letting the market come to you. So my trading style is it's not quick in and out. I'm not a scalper. It's more longer term setups. For me, longer term might be anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, hour and a half, maybe even two. Maybe have a runner on and let it go, just depending on what the market's showing me. So a lot of my setups, I will see them. If I've got an idea about a certain level, I'll see it, start to set up, and by then I've usually got 10, maybe even 15 minutes to decide what I think it's going to do. And then once I'm looking for an entry location, a good price, I've always got usually at least a minute or so. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Other times it's less, where I'm looking for a shorter term trade. Any trades that I do that are scalps, I'm usually looking for like some pretty quick action, and it's more even just reflexive. And if you've read Daniel Kahneman's book, it's fantastic. It's called Thinking Fast and Slow. The short-term scalps are more just dealing with intuitive reflexes and reactions based on probabilities of what the market's going to do. Now, my longer-term trades are based on probabilities as well, but it's more. There's a lot more thought and analytics that go into those trades versus the short-term ones. So forgive me if today is a boring day in the markets. Yesterday was a lot of movement, a lot of action, but today not much going on just yet. So we're just going to sit tight and see what the market wants to do, see what it wants to give us, and then hopefully try to just jump on board. Here's the daily. Just looking at the daily chart here. We'll go back to the 1 minute and 15 minute. There we go. I'll also watch NASDAQ. To see if I can get any clues or gain any insight, see any nuances of what price might be doing when I'm looking at NASDAQ. So occasionally you might see the screen flip over. That's just me pulling up NASDAQ, checking it out. Whole bunch of nothing so far. Quiet morning. A lot of times I'll trade until about 10:30 or 11. Sometimes I'll go a little bit longer depending on what the day is bringing, but that's usually about it for me. Now today, it could be a day where some action comes later in the day, as it is a Friday. So the low for today we put in is 86 or 44.86 or maybe 87. I'll watch a lot of the 5 minute to get a feel for what's going on as well. And as of right now, I mean, I'll usually have a plan. Say if the market, comes up, I'll look for a pullback to get in and then see if it goes higher. Same if it breaks down to the bottom side, see if it goes low, comes back up and continues in. But today, just because of where we're at, looking at context of what the market's done yesterday and today, I really don't have any bias just yet to the upside or downside, which is okay. I've heard that in trading there's 3 positions. You can be long, you can be a buyer, you can be short, you can be a seller, or you can just be flat. You can sit on your hands and wait for a good opportunity where you see good risk to reward. So for this morning, we are flat. No trades taken yet at 9:52 a.m. Central Time. And I'm not too excited about anything that I'm seeing just yet either. Stuck in the middle with you. You'll notice, let me pull up the daily here, that, let's try to zoom this in a bit. That in the overnight, we came down to test kind of these wicks here. Some of this stuff. This was pretty much the balance area for the lower price action on these days. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Could be, I think, a lot of potential support around 75 here and certainly around 56, 57. Doesn't mean I'm committed to being a buyer at those levels. I may be once I see how price is reacting if we hit those levels. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3. Test. All right, looks like I'm back. This mic seems a little touchy. All right, are we gonna break to the downside here? We may. We may not. I'm stalking a short at this level. I haven't entered yet, but it may take another 5-10 minutes to set up. The thought being that that we hang out around this area for a while and then go ahead and push lower. My targets aren't going to be too far, just because it's been such a slow day. So if we'll do that, I'm looking to enter somewhere around here. I'm wrong if it gets above here. But like I said, I'm not in it yet. I think it could take a little bit to set up, but that's just what I'm thinking for the moment. And it could be that, the market just comes down right now, and in that case, I would not be in the trade, but just want to give a heads up as to what I'm thinking. So we'll keep an eye on it and see what it do. Nasdaq's looking kind of weak as well. It's on the lows of the day, but not in a hurry to go anywhere too quickly, it seems. So I'm going to mute it real quick, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, well, on this setup that I mentioned earlier, I was hoping to see it hang out around here for a while, then move up and push to the downside. It looks like we've had a little bit of a flush for today at least, and now we gotta see what we're gonna do. But I'll still kind of watch it at this level, thinking that it could be an area of weakness, but I don't like to trade as much this in this instance. Let me pull up a 5 minute, and well, I'll just switch over 5 minute here, kind of show you why. Here's the 5 minute chart. My thought was that if we hung out here and then had a little bit of a push up, we'd see a fade. So just for one of my setups, I'm not as comfortable taking it, being that we're already testing this area down here, because we could be testing and then looking to push higher. I think chances are we could get down to 75, but whether we get there first or get up here first, it's really anyone's guess. And there's nothing magical about this trend line. For me, it's just more of a point of reference. All right, so we just put in another 5 minute candle. Let me show you here what I'm looking at. So let's, oh, trying to switch the screens here, but I'm not able to. Okay, there it is. All right, so here's the wick. I just opened this one. We're a minute in, so we've got another 4 minutes or so until this candle's complete. But it still looks like this could be some kind of resistance up here. So we'll watch it, keep an eye on it, see what it's going to do. Again, I don't anticipate a big move. I could be dead wrong. But you just got to think in terms of probabilities. Okay, NASDAQ just pretty weak all day long. Getting closer to this overnight low though. And looking at the daily, we've got quite a few other areas there. Kind of looks similar to the E-mini, or on the daily chart from several days back, earlier in the week and late last week. That 14,525 area looks to be some decent support. I'll pull it up here. Doesn't mean we can't go through it, but we're gonna keep an eye on it here. See what it do. It is 10:30. We just put in another 5-minute candle. Still really nothing to get too excited about here. Not really too excited about the setup. So for me, this trade, as I mentioned earlier, ideally would look like we hang out here for a while in this area here. Really don't push too much lower than this. Hang out around here and then fail. Whereas right now, we kind of came up, down and up. So I'm not as confident about the probabilities on this as I would have been. Well, here's a spot. If you like it short, I suppose you could get in here with your stop right around 93. I, however, don't like this. It's just not a setup that I'm used to. But you'd be risking, as of right here, maybe 6. Looks like 6 in order to get almost 10. So not too bad. It's a hard trade to take, though, for me, just because it's such a slow day, so I'm not doing anything with it. All right, NQ is getting real close to its overnight low. We're approaching that 75 level on the E-mini. All right, there's your 475 level, or 4475. NASDAQ right at the overnight low. All right, it's getting interesting here. I'm considering a long here. I'd be wrong below 70. I'm not in it just yet, but I might do it pretty soon here. Okay, I'm in. I'm wrong below, yeah, we'll say 70. I'm watching NASDAQ too. It's holding the overnight so far. First target here is going to be, say, 82 area. Still looking weak on the 5-minute candle. NASDAQ's holding well. I'm not going to exit right at 70, but if we get down there, I don't have a hard stop in, but a soft stop. So if we get down there, I'm going to pull the plug on it. Buyers trying to come in here. All right, I'm wondering, we're getting close. We've got another, looks like minute and a half for the 5-minute candle. So let's look here. Oh man, the computer's taking quite a while. So here's the 5-minute. Be nice if we can hold this, but we've got another probably minute to go on the 5-minute. Let's see if we get a flush and pop in NASDAQ. We need to get up above 78. Like I said, first target's going to be 82. Then we'll hold it, see where we go from there, right? 82. Yeah, 82 is good. Next one will be probably about 87. Okay, getting a pop. 15 seconds away on the 5-minute. Be nice if we could see a little wick there. My reference point here was a lot of action overnight. And again, the NASDAQ looking for a little bit of confluence. Okay, I've got 3 scale out areas, so let's see. Once we hit this, or if we hit this 82 area, that's my first scale out. I'm out of a third of my position. At that point, I will move my stop. I will have a hard stop at, let's call it 70. I may even move it here. More than likely, I'll just move it here to the low of the day. So far, NASDAQ, NASDAQ's bumping that overnight on the 15-minute, looking good. So here's our first battle. We really need to get above this 78 area. I don't have a hard stop in just yet. Sometimes on the ES, man, it's infamous for coming down, running stops, and then just going right back. 5-minute looking pretty good too. Again, I've pulled up the overnight, so let me see if I can move over to that one. Oh, I'm not able to switch screens. Oh, here we go. So let's look at the 5-minute. Let me expand this a bit. Oops, that's not it. one of these. That's not it either. Where's it at? Shoot. There we go. That's the 5 minute. Okay, so this is all the overnight action. Kind of where I was looking for a bounce. I like this candle. I don't like this candle right here. Nasdaq's kind of weaker, testing that overnight low again. But it's a good risk to reward trade. I like the risk to reward. Like I said, kind of below this 70 area, it'll tell me I'm wrong, and we could push lower. So yeah, this is what I'm leaning against. This and Nasdaq being an overnight. All right, hopefully we can get it here. Be healthy. All right, we're close. I might move my target just a little closer. Oh, let me look here. Let me change screens. Okay, there we go. Let me expand it a little bit. Getting close. Nasdaq looking good still. I'm almost out. I'm gonna move it down to 81. Okay, I'm out of my first piece. I've got let's see. So my stop's gonna be at the low of the day. So I'll be right here. Yeah, we'll put it there. Next target. I don't know yet. I don't know just yet. Usually I know my targets well in advance. I knew that first target. That's kind of all that mattered. I may, let me see. I may go just a little bit above the day. This is where I struggle usually to have a hard stop in or to have kind of a soft stop. Okay. Okay, so Nasdaq's low again. Yeah, for the price action for today, I've got my stop. So I'm still in 2/3 of the position. Boy, I had a pretty good rejection there on the 15 minute on the Nasdaq. So I don't like that. And here it comes again. I'm wondering if they're going to run some stops and then push back up. So trying to figure the next scale out here. Not going to be super high. Kind of see what the market does here. So I'm debating 85 or somewhere in the high 80s, maybe 88, 87, something like that for the next scale. All right, NQ is looking good. Let me try to pull up that screen. I need to make a choose a level here. What do I like? What do we want? Let me pull up the NQ on a shorter term. Okay, let's look at NQ on the 5 minute. Getting close there. All right, looking good. I think that's a good level on the NQ. There's that 82 half level. We got 5 more minutes on the 15-minute for NASDAQ. Love to see some strength here. Next target, probably about 86, we'll say that. I'm looking at resistance on NASDAQ. It hits 80-ish on NASDAQ, that we might be up around here on the E-mini. And I would take some off the table there. I'd have 2/3 off. Yeah, I like that level. I think that works. Patience. Patience, patience. Then that's going to be it for me. Once this trade is done. Next target. Okay, here we go. Getting a little closer. Can't do it. Can't just push up just quite yet. Let me take this off. So I don't have my target set just yet. Haven't set it and forget it. See where the old breakdown occurred. So here's where the little breakdown happened. Yeah, 87, 88. I think that's going to be my area. Not bad. Getting close. Almost there. NASDAQ's getting close to that resistance. I might take some off here. You know what? I'm gonna sell my other third here. Okay. And I did that because NASDAQ was coming up to a critical level. Looks likely that it's gonna pop through it, and it looks likely that we'll get to 85 at least. So remember, that was my target, that 85 area to somewhere in here. I don't think it's a bad trade to try to, eke out some profit up to 87. And it looks like we're going to do it right there. All right, so now I've had a hard stop in this whole time, but we'll keep it right here. And yeah, there's part of it. So I've got a third left. This is where I may exit out of half of the third and then just let another little third run and hold it for a bit. Could be at the low of the day though. Good position there for that trade. See the next target here. So yeah, let me show you. Let me pull up NASDAQ. Let's see what it's doing on price. Sorry for the bouncing around with my screens. That's not it. That's not it either. Oh boy. Gosh, sorry guys. Not 4. Could it be 3? Oh, here it is right here. So this spot was the resistance I was looking at on NASDAQ. And that's what made me get out around 83 on ES. So probably should have stuck to my gut on that one. As you can see, let's see, we did get up into that 86-ish range right here, 88 to 85, and I was out here at 83. I was watching NASDAQ though and thought we might get some resistance there. So yeah, now I'm got my runner on. First target for the runner would be, and again, this is a day that I don't anticipate a lot of movement or a lot of action. Again, you always got to remind yourself that you could be dead wrong. I mean, we could just go on and move and there could be news, something crazy could happen, but I'm not super convinced of that. I do like though how NASDAQ's holding in there. 15-minute is holding nicely, came down to overnight, and let's see what we're doing here. All right, so the market's coming back in. Good scale out. I was pleased with that. Now I just got to pick that final, maybe third and fourth target. Which I will let you know what I decide, and I'm probably just going to set that and forget it. Let it do its thing the rest of today and see what happens. Definitely a target would be this 90, 92 level. And another one might be somewhere up in opening range here. All right, it's 11. I think that's going to conclude the trading for today. I've just got to choose my target and figure out what I like. So we'll go with, let me see, pull up the 5-minute. I think we'll go with 90 for one, and then opening range for the last one. So we'll have one right around this high 80s right here. Another one we'll do at high 90s. I think that'll do it. All right. we will see everyone, all 0 of you, on Monday. Have a good weekend.